The October 2nd meeting of the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission is called to order. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Emanuel.
Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have the roll taken by Staff Liaison Francine Spriegel.
Please say here present when I call your name. Chair Globkey.
Here.
Vice Chair Schlosser.
Here.
Commissioner Alpert.
Here.
Commissioner Emanuel.
Here.
Commissioner Friedman.
Here.
Commissioner Goodnight.
Here.
Present. Commissioner Matus.
Here.
Commissioner McCune.
Present.
Commissioner McCary.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Shea.
Present.
Commissioner Tovey.
Present.
Commissioner Shu.
Present.
Adult Commissioner Petrus.
Present.
And Adult Commissioner Martinez.
Present.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Commissioner Tovey to announce item number 4, the public comment section of our meeting.
This is the time in our meeting when we invite members of the public to state their concerns about youth-related issues in our city or to present items for commission consideration. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak at this time? There being none, let's move on.
Next on the agenda is item number 5. Will Commissioner Goodnight please give... Oh. Okay, so we'll be going down the row and saying our name, grade, what school we're from.
Hi, my name is Anthony Matus, and I go to Westlake High School, and I am in 11th grade.
Hi, my name is Catherine Shu. I'm a sophomore at Westlake High School.
Hi, I'm Shayla McKeown, and I'm a junior at Newbury Park High School.
I'm Peyton Tovey, and I'm a senior at Newbury Park High School.
I'm Matthew Globkey. I'm a senior at Thousand Oaks High School.
Hi, I'm Ivy Slosher, and I'm a junior at Westlake High School.
Hi, I'm Maddie McCary, and I'm a sophomore at Newbury Park High School.
Hi, I'm Eddie Nash, and I'm a junior at Westlake High School.
Hi, I'm Ethan Alpert, and I'm a freshman at Westlake High School.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Friedman, and I'm an 8th grader at Sequoia Middle School.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Emanuel, and I'm a sophomore at Lorena High School.
Hi, I'm Shelby Shea, and I'm a senior at Thousand Oaks High School.
Hi, I'm Riley Goodnight, and I'm a sophomore at Thousand Oaks High School.
Hi, I'm Leanne Petrus. I'm the director of Caneo Youth Employment Services.
Hello, I'm Pete Martinez. I'm a youth outreach worker for the Caneo Recreation and Park District and the Caneo Valley Unified School District.
Okay, now we have agenda item number 6. Will Commissioner Goodnight please introduce our guest speaker?
Thank you. As the director of Given Hour in California, Christy brings extensive experience in the field of prevention, family strengthening, and child and youth development. Christy has specialized experience in organizational and program assessment and capacity building, group facilitation, traveling facilitation, and curriculum development. Her facilitation and capacity development areas of expertise include facultative leadership and facultative change, resilience and family strengthening, progressive factors framework, trauma-enforced care and vicarious trauma, parent engagement, leader and advocacy, social and emotional competence, child and youth development, reflective practice and supervision, and primary prevention of topics. Prior to joining Given Hour, Christy served as strategies of statewide prevention project at the Office of the California Department of Social Services. In that role, Christy led a team of specialists in researching and creating prevention and early intervention training, curriculum, and capacity building projects that were offered through the state. Christy also provided training and followed up technical assistance to various preservation networks and human service organizations throughout Central California. Christy has served in the nonprofit social service field, primarily in training, capacity building, and program quality support for over 25 years.
Good evening, everyone. How's that sound? That sound okay? Well, I want to thank you for having me come this evening. I was invited to speak a little bit about mental health and emotional well-being. And given that October 10th, which is next week, is World Mental Health Day, I think the timing is perfect for this topic. I do work for Given Hour, which is a national nonprofit, and we provide pro bono mental health care for people that don't have access to it. And we also run a campaign called the Change Direction Campaign, and that's really what I'm going to be speaking about tonight. And locally, we're doing a lot of work with the borderline community, with the families that lost loved ones in that attack, as well as the survivors. And we're just about to kick off a project with those affected by the fires as well. And those all have to do with maintaining emotional wellness through stressful times. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I have a quote up here, and this is from Barbara Van Dalen, who's the founder of Given Hour. And she says that as a society, we don't openly acknowledge, discuss, or address our mental well-being, nor do we value our mental health the way we do our physical health. So when we break our arm, or we twist our leg, or we get strep throat, what do? We go to the doctors and we get treated, right? When we get older and we might start to get high blood pressure, what do? We go to the doctor, and when we go to the doctor for high blood pressure, that's something that can be prevented. It can be turned around by diet, by exercise, by taking care of yourself. And our emotional well-being is the same exact thing. But when people are suffering, a lot of times they don't ask for help, right? They don't go to the doctor. They don't seek help. And our campaign to Change Direction is really trying to change that, to really reduce the stigma of mental health. So I want to share just a few statistics with you. I'm going to stick to the kind of youth-centered ones. On this slide, look at the bottom two. 20% of children ages 13 to 18 currently have or previously had a seriously debilitating mental disorder. By comparison, 8.3% of children under age 18 have asthma, and only 0.2% have diabetes. So you can see how high that percentage is. And half of all chronic mental health illness begins by age 14. And there is effective treatment available, but there are long delays typically between the first appearance of symptoms and when somebody actually gets help. In this one, let's look at the second statistic. In the past year, 20.2 million adults had a substance use disorder, and 7.9 million people had both a mental health disorder and a substance use disorder, known as a co-occurring mental health and substance use issue. So we see that very typically, that if somebody is suffering emotionally or has a mental health illness, that a lot of times they also have a substance use issue. And so taking care of your emotional well-being can really stave off that additional issue that can come up. And then the last one, 30% of our high school students report that they felt sad or hopeless in the past 12 months. A couple of statistics on suicide. Look at the second one there. 1 out of 6 students nationwide seriously considered suicide in the past year. And more than 90% of children who die by suicide have a mental health condition, and it's the third leading cause for death for youth ages 10 to 14. LGBTQ youth are almost 5 times as likely to have attempted suicide compared to heterosexual youth. And the last statistic there, among young adults ages 18 to 24, Native Americans have the highest rate of suicide than any other ethnicity and higher than the general public. So how do we combat some of these statistics and some of these issues that come up in our society? And what the Change Direction campaign is, it talks about the healthy habits of emotional well-being and the signs of emotional suffering. And we want to just talk freely about these things this evening and encourage you to talk about them with your friends and family as well. So the first things we're going to talk about are these healthy habits of emotional well-being. And these are not brain surgery. They're very easy tips to help us keep ourselves emotionally healthy. And when you read these, you're going to say, oh, I already knew that. I know that's important, and I do that when I have time. But these habits are required in our society to stay healthy, especially as things get busier and busier as we get older. So the first one is take care of yourself, okay? Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to what you're drinking. Pay attention to how much sleep you're getting. Pay attention to be active, okay? Those simple things will help your emotional well-being, okay? How many of you have been on a trip before where maybe you haven't taken good care of yourself? Like you haven't eaten well, you haven't slept well, you've been going 110%. And how is your emotional health sometimes during those periods? It's a little harder to stay in check, right? And that's proof that, we really do need to pay attention to this stuff to stay balanced and well. The second one is about checking in and getting checkups with the people that matter to you. So are you checking in with your friends and your family? Or if you have a pastor or a priest that you can confide in. And again, this goes to when you feel sick or when you break something, you go to the doctor. And we hope and encourage you that if you are not feeling emotionally well or mentally well, that you check in with somebody that can help you. Okay? The next one is engage, and that is pay attention to the relationships in your life. If the relationships in your life are not happy and healthy, that has an emotional toll on you. So pay attention to those relationships. And if some of them are suffering, work towards improving them. All right? So check in. When somebody says, "Oh, how are you today?" What's your typical response? What do you usually hear? Good, I'm fine, everything's good. But I encourage you that if you're not okay, you can say, "Wow, I didn't sleep well last night and I'm having kind of a hard day today," right? So you're truthful about how you're feeling. Okay, that's a great example for people. The next one is relax. So make sure that you're finding time in your busy schedules, at least 10 minutes a day, to do something that brings you relaxation and pleasure and joy. And that could be anything. For me, it's hiking or running or walking my dog. For you, it might be gardening or bike riding or working out at the gym. In one training I did on this, a woman told me that she fosters kittens to relax. So everybody kind of finds their own way to relax, but we encourage you to find those passions and make them a priority in your life because that will help your emotional well-being. And then the last habit is knowing the 5 signs. And these 5 signs are the 5 signs of emotional suffering. So when we go through these, think about yourself, think about your loved ones, your friends, your family members. And so you recognize them and you know if there's a concern. So the first one is personality changes. So this might be someone who used to be very bubbly, very involved, very social, very active, and all of a sudden, or maybe it's not all of a sudden, you start to see a change in their personality, okay? That could be a concern. It could mean that there's something going on and they might be suffering. So if maybe they're acting a way that doesn't really seem like that's them, right? Like all of a sudden they're just acting very different. Those personality change can be a sign that something is going on. The next one is agitation. So agitation would be somebody that has like a shorter than normal fuse, right? So they used to be able to kind of roll along with the punches or, stuff didn't bug them too much, but now all of a sudden their fuse is very short and maybe they can't calm down as quickly, right? They might not be able to sleep and they just seem more agitated than they usually do. So that's another sign that might tell you this person might be suffering a little bit. Let's check in with them, okay? The next one is withdrawal. So this is somebody, again, maybe that you used to have a good relationship with. Maybe at school you used to hang out together. You were in a club together. You were in classes together. You hung out after school or at the Boys and Girls Club or whatever. And lately they have just not been there, right? Either physically or, emotionally, or they just have not been there socially. That is a concern. A lot of people, when they're depressed or upset or not well, will isolate themselves, right? Because they don't want to talk about it. And that is a sign that there's potentially something going on. Poor self-care. So poor self-care looks, what would poor self-care look like? Does anybody have any ideas? Poor self-care? Anyone? Yes, Shaylee. Right. Right. So somebody that, they used to take good care of themselves and then that's kind of slowly going away. Maybe they're starting to abuse alcohol or drugs. Maybe they're oversleeping. So just they're not taking care of themselves the way they used to, or they're showing some signs that are not healthy, right? And so that is what poor self-care looks like. And again, that is another sign that somebody might be suffering. And the last sign to look for is hopelessness. And hopelessness is, it's a sad place to be, isn't it? We've all experienced hopelessness at one time or another. So somebody that's hopeless may have been isolated for a long time. They may have kind of been emotionally suffering for a long time. They may feel worthless. They may feel guilty. They may feel unmotivated, but they just are not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And so if you're seeing that in somebody, that is a concern that you want to talk with them about that. So those are the 5 signs of emotional suffering. So we've talked about the healthy habits. We've talked about the 5 signs of emotional suffering. And so now, what do you do if you run into somebody? You ask them how they're doing. So Shaylee talked about, what does it look like if somebody's not taking care of themselves? Let's say I saw Shaylee and I noticed she was withdrawn, right? So Shaylee and I used to hang out together all the time. And she's been kind of quiet. I would say, Shaylee, I've noticed you've really been withdrawn lately. We used to go to pizza every Friday night. Is everything okay? Can I help you in some way? So you just want to label what you noticed and say, are you okay? I'm here to support you. It's as simple as that. And it may take more than one time of asking that person, and it may take more than one person. Maybe Shaylee and I and Catherine used to hang out together, and Catherine and I are both noticing this. Then Catherine and I both want to talk to her, okay? I want to skip this and go to what are kind of less compassionate responses if you notice that somebody is suffering. What do you not want to say to them? Sometimes hearing like, oh, think positive. Like we think that sounds really good, but to a person that's really suffering, that might not be the best thing to say. You don't want to give advice. You basically just want to listen and be there. You don't want to like one-up them on their suffering or their pain, right? You don't want to tell them to get over it because it's not that easy, right? When we're suffering, it's not easy to get over it. You don't want to trivialize their pain and say, oh, there's a lot of people that have a lot worse, pull your boots up, let's keep going. And you don't want to ignore the problem. So these are just some tips and skills on how you want to address this. You want to seek to understand and not judge, ask questions, present yourself calmly and quietly so as not to make that person react. Be respectful, use active listening and positive body language, and leave. It's okay if there's quietness in those conversations. A lot of times this takes a lot of thought to talk through. I wanted to share also a couple of resources. This is the crisis text line, the suicide hotline. So these are great resources for communities. So if you know somebody that is suffering, they can use the crisis text line, and there's trained people on the other side of those texts that can help in those situations. And the suicide hotline is an 800 number that people can call at any time to talk through their issues. So this campaign is really about culture change, and it's really about breaking this stigma that it's not okay to talk about mental health and emotional suffering. So I hope that, I know we have a lot of youth leaders in this room, and I really encourage you to spread the word about mental health and emotional well-being. We have a website, changedirection.org, that I would encourage you to visit. There's a ton of free downloadable stuff. And it's there for the taking. So, again, I want to thank you for your time and your attention tonight. My contact number is up there. I'm here in Ventura County. I'm happy to come out and talk to groups about mental health and emotional well-being. And again, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. That's what I was just about to ask. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Ivy?
So if we like see someone in our community acting like this, how do they get involved with your community with your company specifically?
So you can encourage them to get on our website, and it's giveanhour.org, and they can learn about our services through that. And they can also take my email address and my phone number, and I'd be happy to answer questions about that. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, Peyton?
I was wondering what your title, like Give an Hour, if you could explain that a little bit.
So the organization is called Give an Hour because we recruit mental health professionals, so psychologists, psychiatrists, licensed marriage and family therapists, to donate an hour a week of their time to serve somebody that doesn't have access to mental health care. So Give an Hour is what our volunteer mental health professionals do once a week to serve the community. So the Give an Hour is about our volunteer network of clinicians, and that's why we're called that. Yes, Matthew?
Does your organization typically work with like victims of tragedies such as Borderline or the fires, or do you also work with like students in schools and stuff like that as well?
So we, when we were founded back in 2005, we were founded to serve military veterans and their family members, and that was way back in 2005. And since then, we have been opening up our network to additional populations throughout the country. We absolutely open up our network after all of man-made and natural disasters. So we're very, very busy with the Borderline community and with the fire community. And in certain areas of the country, our network is open to additional populations. So at-risk youth, at-risk young women. So it kind of depends on the location of the services that we provide. So I hope that answers your question. Anybody else? Yeah, Catherine.
A lot of people at my school are kind of scared to reach out for help. So what ideas do you have to encourage them to reach out?
So I would encourage them to reach out to somebody that they're comfortable with. And I know that our local high schools all have school counselors on site. And I know that the ones that I've met on our campuses are all wonderful resources in our community. If they have a teacher that they're comfortable talking with, I would encourage that. I would encourage them to talk with their parents if they're comfortable with that. And I would encourage them to talk to you and for you to encourage them to, seek help. And, that could be as simple as, sharing the Change Direction campaign, sharing this website, and talking with them about those signs, and then just checking in with them frequently and saying, how are you doing today? Because we all know emotional wellness goes up and down. We all have good days. We all have bad days. That doesn't mean we're all mentally ill. It means that we're all human beings, and there's some days that are hard and some days that are easy. But I would encourage you to stick with that person and encourage them to get help. Do you have a question?
Yes,
Pete?
I do. I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you find that the text line is more popular with the youth that you have?
I don't have an answer to that question. I know that when we promote it, especially with the younger population, we absolutely share both because, people are much more connected to their phones than they used to be. Mm-hmm. But it is staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just like the phone line is.
Okay, thank you.
That'd be a good one for the kids that don't want to talk to people.
Right. So that's a great reflection on Catherine's question. Like maybe if they're afraid to reach out, that crisis text line might be a more comfortable way for them to reach out because, it's text and not talking one-on-one to somebody. Any other questions?
Any others? Nope. Okay. Once again, I would like to thank you so much for giving time out of your day to come down here. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, item number 7 on the agenda is project reports. The Youth Commission undertakes a number of projects during the year, and I will introduce the following commissioners who oversee the coordination of these projects and ask them to present summaries and please provide any updates. Item 7A is the Youth Leadership Summit. Will Commissioner Nash and Vice Chair Schlossler, please give the report.
Hi, I am Commissioner Nash and one of this year's co-chairs of the Youth Summit. Biannually, the Youth Commission hosts the Youth Summit, a day filled with inspiration and humility. Leaders from across the city join together to learn about real-world problems and discuss the challenges teens face today. The Youth Summit is also a way to find solutions to such challenges in a collaborative manner. The Youth Summit also brings city officials from a variety of departments and allows for a fun, fulfilling, and educational day.
Hi, I'm Vice Chair Slosher, the other co-chair of this year's Youth Summit. So adding on to what Commissioner Nash just said, students who sign up for the event are given a chance to provide feedback about their opinion on what they see happening in the community. At the summit, students rotate and get a chance to speak with many different city officials who facilitate conversations on a wide range of topics, which all relate to their job title. The ideas discussed at the Youth Summit are then implemented into events the next year. This year's Youth Summit will be held on February 11th, 2020, and applications to attend will be available on November 1st, 2019. Thank you, and we hope to see you all there.
Item 7B is the Youth Recognition Awards. Would Commissioner Matus and Shea please give the report?
Hi, I'm Commissioner Matus, and this year Commissioner Shea and I are chairing the Youth Recognition Awards. Youth Recognition Awards is a program where we recognize local youth for their time, talent, and creativeness to serve their communities. The Commission presents these awards to these outstanding youth, and I'll let Commissioner Shea explain the rest.
This year, our award ceremony is on May 21st, 2020. Nominations open in November of 2019 and close at February 28th at 5 p.m. in 2020. We're looking forward to another great year. If you have any questions or want more information, please visit our website at toaks.org/youth, or please email us at youthcommission@toaks.org or call us at 805-381-7362. Thank you so much.
Item 7C is the therapeutic dance. Will Commissioner Friedman and Alpert please give the report?
The therapeutic dance is a prom-like experience for young adults in the community with special needs. At the dance, volunteer help will be needed in all areas, including going as a partner to some of the guests and dance and hang out with the guests. Thank you.
3 days of work parties. Commissioners and their friends, along with volunteers, can come and make decorations, including painting, set building, gluing, typical crafts projects. The first work party is at Art Track. The second work party is at the Teen Center to build the balloon drop. And the third work party, we put up all the decorations in all the Teen Center rooms. Thank you.
Item 7D is public information. Will Commissioner McKeown please give the report?
Hi everyone, my name is Commissioner McKeown and I am the Public Information Chair this year. You can check all of our social medias for updates and reminders about any events going on within the Youth Commission and the community. Our Instagram, you can follow us at Thousand Oaks YC, and both our Twitter and Facebook is at Thousand Oaks Youth Commission. Thank you.
Item 7E is the City Internship Program. Will Commissioner Shu please give the report?
Hi, I'm Commissioner Shu, and this year I am chairing the City Internship Program. I am mentoring Commissioner Emmanuel, and we are looking forward to a great year. The City Internship Program invites all businesses to participate in hosting interns from all across the Conejo Valley. There's an internship fair on March 3rd, and from there, students can apply for the internships. This is a really great way for businesses to be involved in the youth community, as well as students getting the opportunity to further their passions through these internships. If you're a business interested in getting involved, contact the Youth Commission at youthcommission@toaks.org or visit the website at toaks.org/youth.
Thank you, Commissioners. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Schlosser.
Item 8 is school and liaison reports. In addition to being an advisory body to City Council, the Youth Commission also appoints commissioners to act as liaisons to various youth organizations. Item 8A is Thousand Oaks Library Teen Advisory League. Will Commissioner Makari please give this report?
Hello, my name is Maddie McCary, and tonight I am representing the Thousand Oaks Teen Advisory League, or TOTAL, for the Thousand Oaks Library. Our Teen Space grand opening was a wonderful success, and we were joined by the mayor, council members, and many prominent members of our community. We hope teens will enjoy the new space just for them at the Grant R. Brimhall Library. Are you studying for the SAT or ACT? Come to the Thousand Oaks Grant R. Brimhall or Newberry Park Library and ask about our exam study resources. We have test books, online practice questions, and tutorials through our virtual library. Ask a librarian about all the ways you can prepare to do well on the exam. Borrow flashcards inside the library and find a quiet study space to study with friends. Are you a poet and you know it? There's a fall poetry contest for middle and high school students at the library. Get details and submission forms at the library and enter to win. Join us for Teen-tober crafts and book recommendations every week. Every week there will be a new craft, from making buttons, bookfold, and pumpkin, making a mask and Franken-toy. Find out about fun books as well. Middle and high school students welcome every Monday at Grant R. Brimhall Library and Wednesday at Newberry Park Library from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. for Teen-tober activities. Still haven't tried virtual reality? Come for virtual reality and video games on Thursday, October 10th at 3:30 p.m. in the Newberry Park Library. In and Out is partnering with the library to provide a cover-to-cover reading program for children ages 4 to 12. Read 5 books and get a coupon for a free hamburger or cheeseburger. For music lovers, rock out with Stephanie Anderson from Tonks and the Auroras for a Wizard Rock concert. Known as the Bruce Springsteen of Wizard Rock, she will sing original library and book-themed songs such as My Patroness and Diagon Alley. Join us for these free and fun concert at the Grant R. Brimhall Library on Saturday, October 26th at 2 p.m., just in time for Halloween. Join us for Dia de los Muertos crafts and activities, as well as a story time and mariachi band performance from California Lutheran University. Join us for the Dia de los Muertos activities at the Newberry Park Library Saturday, November 2nd. Library volunteers wanted. We are always looking for teen volunteers to help out with library programs, so go to www.tolibrary.org to apply online. Make sure you try out our library's free music service, Freegal. Stream music and download songs all for free with the Freegal music app in your library card. Try it. There's so many reasons to come to the library. Thanks for your time, and we hope to see you soon at the Thousand Oaks Library.
Thank you, Commissioner McCary. Next is item 8B, Teen Center Advisory Council. Will Commissioner Friedman please give this report?
The fabulous Thousand Oaks Teen Center is a state-of-the-art facility that is celebrating its 30th anniversary at a community open house on Tuesday, October 29th from 5 to 7 p.m. Come get a tour of the building that serves teens ages 12 to 17 and features free Wi-Fi, a gymnasium, billiard tables, table tennis, air hockey, video game consoles, gaming computers, a new computer lab, and a music room. Refreshments will be served and a special presentation will begin at 5:45 p.m.
To recap some of the events during the month of September at the Teen Center, the Back to School dance was on September 7th. The dance had a great turnout from middle school students in the Conejo Valley. September 28th, the Teen Center hosted a Fall Jam Fest, which featured 6 local bands comprised mostly of high school students. Each band played for just under 30 minutes and got to show their talent to over 100 concert fans. Fall volleyball, basketball, and soccer middle school leagues began and are going strong with over 35 teams. Upcoming this month, Teen Center is assisting the promotion of the Reign of Terror. This haunted house is held at the Jan's Marketplace and is celebrating its 20th year with 115 bone-chilling rooms. It was voted the best walkthrough attraction in Southern California. As you can see, it started on September 28th and goes on until November 2nd. I would highly recommend going that day because they have a special showing where they turn off all the lights. You have to go through with nothing but a glow stick. It is very terrifying if you are into that. As well as that, if you go to the Teen Center, you can pick up one of these $2 off coupons for if you buy a ticket at the door. So proceeds are benefited to the Thousand Oaks Teen Center, so please enjoy a fun and maybe a bit scary night out. Tickets can be purchased at rothauntedhouse.com. Lastly, the Teen Center will be hosting a Halloween dance Saturday, October 26th for 7th and 8th graders from 7 to 10 p.m. Costumes are encouraged. Cost is $10 at the door with a school ID. For more information, visit ThousandOaksTeenCenter.com. Call 805-494-5156, or better yet, just go visit them in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners Friedman and Goodnight. Commissioner McKeown, will you please introduce item 8C, the ASG-ASB portion of our meeting?
At this time, we invite local representatives from the local high school and middle schools to come and share information about their school. First, we have Mia Slosher from Kalina Middle School.
My name is Mia Slosher, and I am an 8th grader from Kalina Middle School. To start off, Kalina's ASB just had their elections for ASB directors. ASB Renaissance also had their first reward day last Friday, where they distributed Jamba Juice. There was tons of students who qualified and enjoyed their smoothies. 2 Fridays ago, Kalina threw its first LTA of the year. Students played Fruit Ninja with water balloons and bats. There was a large crowd, and it was a great success. Coming up is Kalina's annual Halloween Carnival. So ASB Spirit has just begun planning for activities. That is all I have for today. Thank you and have a great evening.
Next, we have Lola Lambert from Redwood Middle School.
Hi, my name is Lola Lambert. I'm in 8th grade and I'm a member of ASB. So in September, we had many fun events. First, in September 11th, we had our ASB elections where we picked our ASB president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. The day after, Thursday, September 12th, we had our back to school night, which was a great success. We had Web and ASB members walking around and giving parents directions. The day after, we had our first Cody dress-up day. No, I'm sorry, it was an LTA and was braids and shades, so we got to dress up in braids and shades. Last week, Friday, September 27th, we had a PTSA ASB Fall Festival, which was a huge success. We had a free barbecue and sponsored events through PTSA. We also had tons of ASB booths, which we also served food. Starting October 7th, we'll be having Abilities Awareness Week, where we will learn about abilities awareness through PE. Red Ribbon Week will be starting October 21st, where we will be learning all about Red Ribbon Week with our PE teachers. Club Rush is this Friday, October 4th, where we will be presenting lots of new clubs that we can have at our school, including Kazoo Club, Esports Club, Cards Club, and Sports Cards Club. Thank you. That's all I have. Have a wonderful night.
Next, we have Sarah, Kylie, and Nathaniel from Sycamore Canyon Middle School.
Hello, I am Nathaniel, the co-president of Sycamore Canyon ASB. Some upcoming events that we have going on are Crazy Sock Day Dress-Up Day on October 11th. We also have a fun rally planned for October 18th. Another dress-up day is on October 31st, where students can dress up wearing their Halloween costumes or all black.
Hello, I am Sarah, the other co-president of ASB at Sycamore Canyon. Another event that our school has coming up is the Dodgeball LTA this Friday. Also, an event that has happened today was Walk to School Day. The students walked or biked to school, and when they got there, would receive an orange and stickers. The Coyote mascot and police were also there to high-five them and give them stickers. This event encourages the students to get up and exercise.
Hi, I'm Kylie, an ASB representative at Sycamore Canyon. This month, we are selling Halloween candygrams at lunch. Also, our Halloween dance is on October 25th. It features a haunted house with horror movie themes, as well as jolly jumps and games outside. We will also be selling candy and drinks to the student. This dance usually has our best turnout out of all 3 dances. Thank you for listening.
Next, we have Caroline Lindquist from St. Paschal Baylon School.
Hi, my name is Caroline Lindquist, and I'm an 8th grader at St. Paschal Baylon School.
Now, though we're a Catholic school, we still have some regular events going on, such as last week we had our back to school dance, which had the theme of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We also had a class color spirit day and a Jamba Juice sale. We will also have a living rosary this Friday, and we will have morning rosaries every month during October. We will also be doing volleyball intramurals, which are like volleyball games, but doesn't really count. It's just like a tournament. Just make sure that nobody really gets hurt like this. We will also have a parent high school night tonight at 7, which probably already started already, and a Catholic high school night tomorrow in our upper building at 7, which will help students, 7th and 8th graders, apply to any high school they want, Catholic high school. Next week, we will have a change challenge for the Missionary Child Association, which will help children go to schools. I'm sorry, I don't really know what that is. On October 14th, we will receive our academic evaluations, which will give the students progress report on how they're doing for the half of the trimester. Coming up soon is our parish festival, the 18th through the 20th, which will have really good rides, if I say so myself. We will have a Red Ribbon Week, the 23rd to the 30th, which will help learn the students not to do illegal drugs. Mix It Up Day, where students 3 through 8 go and sit with other grades to help communicate with others. We will also have a Halloween outreach and pumpkin decorating contest on Halloween, and the carnival too, when the 8th graders run it. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.
Next, we have Larkin Patch from Sequoia Middle School.
Hi, my name is Larkin Patch, and I am an 8th grader and ASB Vice President at Sequoia Middle School. ASB this year has been working on getting students, especially our new 6th graders, involved in everything we do at Sequoia, including our 6th grade Blacklight dance, which we had a great turnout, and we had gotten many positive feedback back from all of our new students. We also just wrapped up our fall fundraiser to bring money back to help spend on the students to make their dances more successful. Lastly, we are beginning our fall carnival. We just started the planning process, and that will be October 18th. We're also having many fun LTAs to help students learn teamwork, and we just had our Renaissance Reward Barbecue today at school. So Sequoia this year is trying to help get students all involved, as well as build teamwork and leader qualities. Thank you. Hope you have a great night.
Next, we have Brian Rackelbuta from Newbury Park High School.
Hi, my name is Brian Rackelbuto, and I am the treasurer for the Newbury Park High School ASG class. Our school had our homecoming dance on September 14th. The theme of this year's homecoming dance was The Bachelor. Leading up to the dance, we had our homecoming spirit week, which consisted of dress-up days such as Pajama Day, Class Colors Day, Red Rose Day, Tropical Day, and Wear Red, White, and Blue Day on September 11th. The dance was a great success with about 1,200 students in attendance. The day before our homecoming dance, we also had our annual rally where we announced the winners of the homecoming court. Since homecoming, our ASG has done activities to go along with, start with Hello Week, and we have been trying to recognize different groups around campus, such as our teaching staff, our office staff, and our custodial staff. We are also planning a teacher softball game where students can show up and root for their favorite teachers, and that is coming up on October 18th. Our school fall sports have also kicked off and have been very successful. Our girls volleyball team, football team, girls golf, girls tennis, and cross-country teams have had many winning streaks since the beginning of the season. Also, one of our own cross-country runners, Nico Young, has broken high school, regional, and state records, and he is currently ranking at number 3 in the nation. So congratulations, Nico, and thank you for your time.
Next, we have Ryan Harris from Thousand Oaks High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ryan Harris, and I'm a senior and ASB president at Thousand Oaks High School. ASB is currently in the middle of our homecoming week, which started yesterday. We had our rally yesterday, and we have our parade and game on Friday, and the dance is on Saturday. Our theme is road trip across the United States. Our class divisions are Texas, New York, Florida, and California. Our dress-up days are Pajama Day, Class Colors, and Tacky Tourist Day. Our parade will consist of all of the class floats, the Ethos Entrepreneurship Academy, clubs, dance team, marching band, cheer, and other groups on campus. Also during the parade, we will announce our homecoming king and queen. We are expecting around half of our student population to attend the dance, which is around 1,000 students. We had our Club Hello Day last week on Monday, where we had around 50 club representatives send out their reps to the quad during lunch. They each had a table where they handed out gifts and candy and encouraged people to join their clubs. Senior gear sales just ended on Monday, and we just approved the payment today in ASB. The order will be placed tomorrow, and we are expecting the gear to arrive in a few weeks. Coming up on October 11th, our dance team is putting on Dancing with the TO Stars, where faculty and students are featured dancing with some of our dance team members. Our boys water polo team continues to impress. They are 15-3 overall in the league, and they have their biggest game tomorrow at Westlake High School. Our cross-country team is now ranked number 6 in Division II. Our football team has had a pretty rough season so far, but we're hoping they can pull a win this Friday at our homecoming game against Moore Park High School. Lastly, students are enjoying our brand new TOHS library that just opened up this school year, which has our free printing center. Thank you.
And lastly, we have Avery Tokiyama from Westlake High School.
Hi, my name is Avery Tokuyama. I'm the Westlake High School ASG representative. This month, Westlake has many great things planned. Next week, from October 7th to the 11th, it's Homecoming Week. Every day, we have a new dress-up day with themes such as Tropical Tuesday or Blackout Friday. The Monday of that week is also our Homecoming Rally. Friday is the football game at 7 o'clock. Saturday is the actual dance, and the theme is Casino Night. Additionally, we just finished Club Rush last week, so the many clubs on campus are starting to have their first couple of meetings. This Saturday, Westlake had their first ever family festival with games, food booths, and performances from our musical department. The classes have been hosting fundraisers at various restaurants like BJ's, Chipotle, Sharky's, and Ubatuba. Finally, on Thursday, October 10th, is our annual food fair where clubs will have the opportunity to raise money on campus. Thank you.
Thank you for all of our representatives for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner McKeown. I will now turn the meeting back to Chair Globkey.
As we come to the close of our meeting, I would like Commissioner Shu to introduce item 9, Commissioner Comments.
This is the last portion of our meeting where commissioners can provide any information, comment, or announcements which no action by the commission will be taken. At this time, are there any commissioner comments? Commissioner Martinez?
Yes, thank you. Let's make a quick announcement that on October the 11th at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center, it's a Friday, the Youth Outreach team will be giving away bikes to needy teens. This is part of the Cycles for Success program throughout the school district. These bikes have been refurbished and ready to go out back to teens who really need them to get to school or just to get around. These are teens who come from families who have very little resources, very little means to get around, let alone school. We feel that this is an important program. It's been going for the last 2 years, and currently we've given out over 120 bikes to teens in our community. So with that said, I would like to make an announcement to anyone out there in the public. If you attend Canoga Valley Unified School District schools, middle schools, and high schools, go to your school representative, such as a counselor or school administrator or staff, and they will put you on the list and then in turn give it to me, and we will have a bike for that person. boy or girl. And just actually, we want to make sure that everybody understands that this is a bike for teens who really need a bike, not just for anyone who just wants a bike. I just want to make sure that's clear. If you have any questions, you can call me at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center at 805-494-5156 or contact me through my email, Pete, P-E-T-E, at crpd.org. Again, remember that's October the 11th from 4 to 6 at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center. We'll also be giving out helmets and locks as well. Thank you so much. And thank you out to the community for your donated bikes to make this possible. Thank you.
Commissioner Petras.
Thank you. The Conejo Valley, I don't even know where I work. Conejo Unified, well, never mind. Our youth employment is getting ready to, we've just started our annual fundraiser, poinsettia sales. So they're all ordered. They're absolutely spectacular. They will arrive here on December 5th. And it's our major fundraiser for the entire year. So if you need a poinsettia plant this year, please get in touch with me at 805-496-6868. Thanks.
Are there any other commissioner comments? At this time, being none, I would like to direct this meeting back to Chair Globke.
If you'd like any information about the Youth Commission or have any questions about the agenda items discussed, please call 805-381-7362 or email youthcommission@toaks.org or like Thousand Oaks Youth Commission on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. There being no further business to come before the Commission, the Youth Commission is being adjourned to our next regular meeting.